Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro in their Marvel Legends line, we are featuring Captain America John F. Walker, as seen in Disney Plus's TV show The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Alright, so this figure is a couple of years old. It came out, I want to say maybe 2020, 2021. 2021. And I remember this, I think it was a Walmart exclusive in the States. I saw it a couple of times at one of my local Walmarts. And I remember I kept on telling myself, I'm going to pick this up eventually. And then it got to the point where I didn't see it anymore. So it's kind of like, oh, I kind of missed out on it. This figure is a repaint of the U.S. Agent figure. That's in black. So let's get started. We have a very unique package design, as you'll notice. It's very different from other Marvel Legends packaging. You know, a lot really heavy on the graphics. I love the way it's presented. The window frames the action figure and the accessories perfectly. You have the shield, you have the extra head, the alternate portrait featuring actor Wyatt Russell. And it looks fantastic. Here he is in uniform as the new Captain America. Truth be told, I didn't mind Wyatt Russell as John Walker. I thought it was such a unique take on the Captain America character. Like, I've always been kind of a fan of U.S. Agent in the comic books. But the one thing I liked about the way he was presented in the TV show is that he's very different than Steve Rogers. You know, there's a reason why Steve Rogers is like the perfect Captain America. You know, Steve Rogers has like that moral compass that really guides him. John Walker, he seems conflicted. You know, he seems like he's very complex. It seems like he's always running into, you know, personal conflict with a sense of honor and duty. And I just liked the character a lot, and I'm kind of hoping that he returns in Thunderbolts. I mean, we'll see. I remember when they announced Thunderbolts a few years ago, I think there was talk that he'd reprise his role. But I don't know. You know, hopefully Thunderbolts will come out sooner than later. All right, so first impressions. If you've handled the initial release, you know, this is nothing new. It's just a repaint. The shield accessory is nice. This version of the shield, I'm always conflicted about this design. Like, I love the shields where they give you the straps and you just kind of like loop it around his forearm. I like this because it has the little peg, so you can just like plug it into his hand, like so. Because I always think that's an easy way of affixing the shield onto his hand, if you want to display the figure. The one thing I'm not keen on is I hate this design where it kind of has the clip, because I'm not sure what kind of material Hasbro uses, but I know for like other action figure lines throughout my childhood, anytime there was any sort of clip-on accessory with something like this, with that kind of horseshoe, at some point in time, it would just snap. You know, one of the prongs would eventually just give away and just like snap completely. But it's a nice design. You know, it's the Captain America shield. All right, real quick, I want to see something's different. I think the one thing that's different with this one as opposed to the Steve Rogers one, I might be wrong, but correct me, you know, if I'm wrong. But I think with the bands, the concentric circles, I think the John Walker one has the two rings with the silver. I might be very wrong on that, though. Here is the alternate portrait, and the likeness to actor Wyatt Russell, I think, is fantastic. He kind of captures that the grumpiness of the character also. So that looks fantastic. The sculpting on the hair, it's pretty sharp and clean. I think there's a slight wash to bring out the details and to give it some depth and volume. But yeah, that facial expression, this is totally Wyatt Russell. You capture it in the right light, and it just looks like him. And as for the figure itself, like I said, nothing new here. The one drawback is that he has his pistol, but it's a sculpted accessory. This does not remove from the holster, which is unfortunate. It's such a shame. It seems like, that's, especially since it's one of the defining things which makes him different than Steve Rogers, is that he'll use firearms, and you can't remove this. But overall, the figure is great. I love the design. I thought it was ingenious how for the straps that run across his chest, how they kind of run the star on the uniform and over onto the harness. I thought that's pretty clever. Again, the likeness to Wyatt Russell is pretty spot on underneath the mask. And it's a cool costume design. I think it's pretty neat. Everything's pretty neat. There's a socket in the back so you can plug the shield in right there if you want to complete that Captain America look when he's running through like town or jumping over cars or on top of rooftops. He has the reversed flag here. Now, for the longest time, I didn't understand why the American flag, like on action figures in certain things or like even in real life, why it'd be like this. Someone had to explain it to me later on. The reason why it's like that is because if you're like heading into battle, the flag flows behind you. So it's to give you the impression that, as a soldier, you're always charging forward. So that's why the flag looks like that. But then on this arm, it's the normal way. Alright, so I don't know. I'm confused. I'm just talking out of my butt. I don't really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, overall, it's a great figure. The articulation, it's just the same as the first release. Looks downward, looks up a little. The ab crunch, you get some movement, can really arch back. So for like, if he's partying for like limbo night, go for it. Swivel at the waist. His arms are articulated. There is no butterfly joint, which I don't mind. I always find them to be more bothersome. Clean pinless design on the elbows. Kicks up. Cut at the upper thigh. Kicks outward, but the pistol gets in the way on that leg. A pinless design on the knees, which is nice. And articulated ankles. So overall, it's a fantastic looking figure. I'm a fan of both the U.S. Agent and of Captain America. So this really fits in my collection. I have so many Captain America figures. He's like one of my favorite superheroes. Like at one of my local, now defunct theme parks in the Chicagoland area, it was called Kittyland. And then they had their unlicensed Captain America walking around on the on the grounds at the amusement park. And this was 1981 or 82. And I have a photo of myself with Captain America when I was just a little kid. And he's always been one of my favorite superheroes. So yeah, this is a great figure. Can't recommend it enough. So yeah, I mean, if you're in the market for them, check out, Amazon or eBay. This figure has been out of print for a couple of years, but I think it's fantastic. And I don't know, this is great. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.